Graduands, guests, colleagues, I declare this ceremony open. Please be seated. As Director of Marketing and Communications, I welcome you to this graduation ceremony for students from Nottingham Business School. I would also like to welcome the family and friends who are joining us from around the world via the NTU live stream. Welcome also to our honorary graduate, Neil Lawson. It's a pleasure and a privilege to have you with us, and we look forward to hearing your thoughts a little later in the ceremony. Graduands, I want to begin by congratulating you all on your achievements. In particular, all my colleagues and I want to acknowledge that you've had a tough time, with significant periods of your time with us disrupted by COVID-19. Nonetheless, you've come through the challenges that you faced, showing considerable resilience and resourcefulness along the way. These are qualities which will serve you well as you navigate what may be uncertain times ahead. Graduation is a very significant day for us as much as it is for you. It's the moment when we come together to reflect on your academic achievements and all the other incredible things that you've done during your NTU journey. No matter which programme you've just completed, foundation, undergraduate or postgraduate degree, professional qualifications or apprenticeships, your talent and determination have laid firm foundations for the next stage of your life. However, no one completes this journey alone. I invite you to remember now all those who've supported you along the way. Families, friends, course mates, professional services staff and academic tutors. Please join me in thanking them with a well-deserved round of applause. These ceremonies also give us the opportunity to reflect on the university's world-leading research, our commitment to ensuring our graduates are equipped for the world of work, and our ever-expanding network of international partnerships. I'll highlight just a few of these. We remain the most popular destination for UK undergraduate students, and we're now the 5th biggest university in the UK based on student numbers. We've won major national awards for the quality of our student support and our contribution to social mobility. We remain one of the top 5 most environmentally sustainable universities in the world. Our research has once again won a Queen's Anniversary Prize. We had the most improved score of any comprehensive university in the recent Research Excellence Framework. Yet some of our proudest achievements can be found in the results of our student survey. Thank you to all those who've completed the National Student Survey or the Postgraduate Taught Experience Survey in recent months. These surveys gather opinions on the quality of your courses, providing valuable insights into what we're doing well and where we might further improve. In 2022, NTU's overall student satisfaction stands at 81% in the undergraduate survey and 84% in the postgraduate survey. We acknowledge that we've some way to go to get back to our pre-pandemic peak of 89% in the National Student Survey, but we're still a long way ahead of the sector average. In both surveys, 86% of our students would recommend others study here. This is very encouraging, and thank you for recognising that enabling our students to succeed is our top priority. Nottingham Business School exemplifies those ambitions. It's a business school for business, one that offers academic rigour and personalised support to its students and a worldwide network of industry connections. The school believes in developing responsible managers and leaders and in making business more sustainable. It believes in experiential and professionally applied learning, but most of all, it believes in making a positive impact on people, business and society, both through the quality of its graduates or those of you in this room today, and by shaping policy and practice. Through its accolades, memberships, accreditations and professional facilities, the school's the epitome of best practice in contemporary business. Increasingly, businesses can no longer exist as profit-making enterprises alone. They must serve as guardians of society, the economy and the environment. They must support all their stakeholders and not just their shareholders. By incorporating this ethos into its teaching, Nottingham Business School reflects the duties of a modern university to enrich society, to embrace sustainability, and to connect globally, and equally to effect meaningful, lasting change. Class of 2022, I hope you enjoyed today's ceremony. I now invite Deputy Dean Melanie Curry to read the names of today's graduands and Vice-Chancellor Professor Edward Peck to confer your degrees.
I now invite the stewards to bring forward the first group of graduands. Vice-Chancellor, the following have qualified for awards from Nottingham Business School. Bachelor of Arts degree with honours in Business Management and Marketing, Jasmine Langeveld. Amelia Leland. Thomas Legg. Mumalesa. Nathan Littler. Charlie Lutterlock. Aoife McElvogue. James Maddock. Sonia Maisuria. Maya Martinez Medwell. Jessica Maskell. Michael Mataranika. Jewel Mayatoya. Joshua Merrick. Jordana Mesh. Caius Moss. Jasmine Murray. Tanzila Naha. Chuck Engie. Sam Neild. Imogen O'Connor. Sean O'Connor. Michael Okonowu. Aidan O'Sullivan. Kevin Pally. John Pendleton. Lauren Pittaway. Grace Poynton. Andrew Preston. Jason Prince. Puranat Purahong. Liberty Ravenhill. Shelby Reid. Oscar Roberts. Luke Rowlinson. Samuel Russell. Alice Salmon. Robin Shermer. Alicia Servlika. Janif Shah. Tala Shakur. Mohammed Sharif. Ben Shepherd. James Syme. Harneek Singh. Kate Sinnott. Thomas Smith. Fraser Soley Peters. Mary Sonnybear. Anna Spillane. Gunter Sprengner. Lauren Steele. Stefani Stefanova. Lauren Stokes. Almutaz Sayab. Lucas Sykes. Vice-Chancellor. That concludes the presentation of awards to the first group of graduands from Nottingham Business School. I am delighted to invite John Collins to the stage to give the oration for our honorary graduate, Neil Lawson, and to present them to the Vice-Chancellor to receive their award.
It is my pleasure and privilege to invite Neil Lawson to come forward to receive an honorary doctorate at this morning's graduation. Today is a welcome return for a social science graduate of Nottingham Trent University, albeit at a time when the sign above the door said Nottingham Polytechnic. Neil is perhaps best described as a political commentator and organiser, but he's also a columnist, an editor, a board member, a communications consultant, and an author. Born and raised in southeast London, he joined the Labour Party at the age of 16, after becoming interested in politics through his father, a printer in Fleet Street, the inky-fingered epicentre of the British newspaper industry. He described his childhood to me as solid and evidence of how collectivism and trade unions allowed his family to live a reasonably comfortable life. A famous slogan amongst Swedish social democrats is "Secure people dare." And from this security, Neil dared. From an early age, he knew that politics was his thing, an idea cemented when he arrived in Nottingham at the time of anti-apartheid protests against nuclear weapons, and at the height of the miners' strike. After graduation, he worked in Bristol for the Transport and General Workers Union, before becoming an advisor and indeed speechwriter for future Prime Minister Gordon Brown, which clearly places zero pressure on me today. Work for a right-wing leaning communications company followed. I wanted to know the people who were supposed to be my enemies, he recently told me. It was here he led the campaign to stop the privatisation of the post office, something he regards as one of his greatest successes. In 1997, he founded his own company, LLM Communications. 6 years later, he helped to establish Compass, an organisation that describes itself as a home for those who want to build and be part of a good society, one where equality, sustainability, and democracy are not mere aspirations, but a living reality. Just a year after Compass began, it became Neil's sole focus. He is now its executive director. The organisation's ideals have seen it campaign against loan sharks, in favour of a universal basic income, and campaign against excessive levels of executive pay. At the 2017 general election, Compass helped form the Progressive Alliance, a cross-party political alliance working towards a more representative electoral and political system. Away from his work with Compass, Neil writes for both The New Statesman and The Guardian about equality, democracy, and the future of the left. His work sees him regularly called upon to be a political commentator for both radio and television programmes. His desire for a fairer society sees him sit on the board of the Citizens Basic Income Trust. His desire for greater equality means he is a leading figure on a commission working towards a gender-equal economy. He's the author of the book All Consuming, which analysed the social cost of consumerism. His writing has been heavily influenced by the late Polish Marxist sociologist Zygmunt Bauman, and it's perhaps testament to Neil's achievements that Bauman himself described Neil as one of the most insightful and inventive minds on the British political stage. Now, the other ways in which Neil has been described differ in a way that might just only be possible in modern British political discourse. With echoes of Winnie the Pooh's Tigger, The Guardian called him the most optimistic commentator in Western Europe. In stark contrast, the Sunday Times called Neil the Eeyore of the left. In a few moments, we'll see if we're today in the company of a bouncy tiger or a donkey-like melancholic misanthrope. When we spoke for this citation, I asked Neil if he had any unfulfilled ambitions. He gave me just one. I haven't changed the world yet. Vice-Chancellor, it gives me great pleasure to present to you Neil Lawson, being a person distinguished in eminence and by attainments for the conferment of the degree of Doctor of Social Sciences, honoris causa, in recognition for his significant contribution to both equality and democracy.
That was all quite surreal standing there listening to that. I don't know if I'm at my wedding or my funeral, somewhere maybe just slightly in between. Look, it's a tremendous honour to be here to share this special day with you guys. I mean, I'd like to thank John for that wonderful citation and such beautiful spin. I'd like to thank Alison Kitchen for making all the arrangements for me today. And I'd especially like to thank Edward Peck for giving me this honour, but also overseeing this flourishing, wonderful university. As well as my agent, I'd just like to quickly thank my sisters who wanted to be here, but who came down with COVID at the weekend. They've heard a few of my speeches and will go to any length to avoid them. I'd also like to thank my wife, Sally, my son's Buddy, who couldn't be here, but my youngest son, Joe, who could, and my second best friend, Paul, who never left Nottingham. Actually, maybe he's my third best friend. We'll discuss that afterwards. And finally, I'd like to thank my mum. She didn't really know, this is back in the day, this is a long time ago, she didn't really know what university was, but thought I could benefit from it. And despite my protestations as a sort of young working class guy in South London, I thought university was for posh people with duffel coats and scarves. She encouraged me to go, and I'm really glad that I ended up here in this fantastic city. I think it's become a much better institution than the days that Paul and I graced its corridors. And so my mum made everything possible for me, and I'd really like to thank her for everything she's done for me. And I'd like to thank you, this year's graduates, not for giving me an audience, but for all the hard work you've done. And I know how hard you've all worked in such difficult circumstances. Well done. Enjoy this moment and pat yourselves on the back. You've done a great thing. So well done, and thank you for all of your efforts from up till now for these degrees, but what you're going to do next. Look, you're probably looking down. You are literally looking down on me with some sort of, disdain. I probably, if I'd have done my graduation, I'd have looked at someone the same 40 years ago in the same way. But just let me I just want to make 4 quick points, really. Things that I've learned since, the time it takes to sit up there to the time it takes to stand down here. Because my first point out of 4 is just how quickly it goes. I didn't do my graduation ceremony. I should have done. I didn't. But I kind of look at you guys and just think it feels like seconds ago. And your life will race past. So make the most of it. You've only got one go at it. And so the second point is live it well. When you look back at your life, you won't think about how big your house is or how fast your car is or how big your television screen is. You will think about the time that you want to spend with the people you love doing the things that you love. So as you move on to the next stage of your lives, do things that bring you joy. Follow your hearts and not necessarily your wallets. You can make lots of money, sure, but make sure you make lots of money to do lots of good things and bring joy to yourself and bring joy to others. J.K. Galbraith, the American sociologist, said, "There are many visions of the good society and the good life. The treadmill is not one of them." Find a job you never want to retire from, because remember that after your love, the most precious thing you have to give is your labour. So give it wisely. Don't make your life a prison sentence. Make life work for you. And to do that, point 3, essential. No more people. That's all you have to do in your life. No more people. Because you'll get nothing from anyone that you don't know, and you'll get everything from the people that you do know. So, no more. And how do you know more people? By always thinking about the best of people whenever you meet them. Be open. Your prejudices are the shutters on the world. Don't assume you know. I refer to my earlier point about my prejudices about not going to university, and I was wrong, and I should have been more open, and I'm glad that I got there. And remember that people and issues are nearly always more complex than you first think. The answers in life are never, almost never either or. They're nearly always both and. Always, if you can, be the biggest person in the room. Never stoop, never go low. Always be humble, but always be bold. And never burn any bridges unless you absolutely have to. And if you burn the bridge, make sure they light your way. And finally, 4, work hard and stick at what you do. I've been lucky in my political career life. But then again, as they say about golf, the more you practice, the luckier you get. I think broadly, unless you're very, subject to brute bad luck, you get out of life what you put in. Samuel Johnson said that great deeds are not done by brute strength, but by perseverance. If you never ever give in, then you never ever lose. What has spurred me in my life, and will do until I die, is a deep and utter belief in people, that when given a chance, they can and will do brilliant things. Because what I hate and what drives me is the thought of wasted lives, of abilities, passion and care being drained away. So whatever you do, don't waste your lives. I tell you, if I can do what I've done, what makes you lot think for a second you can't do a whole lot better and a whole lot more? So go out into this world, a world of unrivaled challenges and opportunities, and make it much, much better before it gets much, much worse. Make this university proud, make your family proud, and most of all, make yourselves proud. You're amazing young people. You will do amazing things. Go and get it done.
I now invite the stewards to bring forward the second group of graduands. Vice-Chancellor, the following have also qualified for awards from Nottingham Business School. Bachelor of Arts degree with honours in Business Management and Marketing, Nora Sherezny. Joseph Spida. Lily Talbot. Jack Taylor. Matthew Taylor. Mitchell Thurgood. Joshua Tipping. William Toon. Baris Topololu. Ang Tran. Liva Vavsika. Max Vine. Stephanie Vitova. Joseph Walker. Shanice Walters. Louis Walton. Taylor Watterson. Imogen Webb. Kieran Wenman. Matthew Whitehouse. Nathan Whittle. Thomas Wilkins. Chungwin Stanley. Sarah Woods. Jasmine Woolhouse. Darius Xavier. The next student also receives the Nottingham Business School Award for the Most Improved Student on the BA Business Management and Marketing degree, Joseph Yates. James Goodbrand. Catherine Lansdowne. Anna-Rin Lau. Aaron Lewington. Natasha McGilbert. Ben Marsden. Giselle Martin. Benjamin McKines. Beatrice Norton. Daniel Page. Anthony Patel. Jaya Patel. Rebecca Pinnell. Tom Piggott. Lucy Pudifat. Alfred Rice. Richard Rose Warren. Lawrence Christian Rufino. Anna Seya. Sophia Sethi. Robert Siddle. Benjamin Sollett. Matthew Stansfield. Harriet Stone. Edward Stringfellow. Thomas Thackeray. Daisy Thorne Davis. Eve Tolley. Kieran Vaughan. Liam Viana. Sophia Vijimizar Edwards. Joshua Walton Prince. Ethan Williams. Rhea Williams. Francis Wilson. Isabel Withy. Blake Woolsey Cooper. Alicia Walsenthome. Katie Wren. James Hill. Lavinia Chauhan. Umar Akram. Vice-Chancellor. That concludes the presentation of awards from Nottingham Business School and concludes the presentation of awards to graduates at this ceremony. In absentia, Vice-Chancellor, I invite you to confer degrees on those graduates who've not been presented to you in person, but who have indicated that they wish their awards to be conferred in their absence. I certify that these graduates are worthy of their degrees, and I stand as their proxy. Lucy Pudfat, who earlier received a Bachelor of Arts degree with honours in Business Management and Marketing, will now propose the student vote of thanks.
Vice-Chancellor, Director of Marketing and Communications, Deputy Dean, distinguished guests, family, friends and fellow graduates, it is an honour to be asked to conduct the vote of thanks on behalf of all the students here today. Today is an opportunity to reflect and celebrate all of our hard work and efforts over the past 3 or 4 years as our time at university officially comes to a close. It doesn't seem 2 minutes since we all were starting uni for the first time, meeting our flatmates, suffering with freshers' flu and excited to go to our first lectures and seminars. And now look at us, sat here as graduates with the many friends we've met along the way in all the memories that we've made together. We have all achieved so much, and not just academically. Some of us have studied abroad, learned a new language, completed a placement year, been part of sports teams playing against universities from across the country, or for some, attended every ocean without fail. We are lucky that we've been able to enjoy this year like it was our first. We've had varsities, we've spent sunny days in the Arboretum, we've been going to quids and then spontaneously ending up at Rock City. And even better, we still didn't have to do our exams in person. But it hasn't all been easy. There have been many late nights in Boots Library, several breakdowns to tutors, and with COVID massively affecting all of us and having to adopt online learning, or like myself and many other students having to complete a placement year working from home, it's not been easy, and we've had to adapt quickly to face the challenges that we've made. And we've had to quickly adapt to overcome. But it's our tutors who've had to adapt the quickest. After spending decades or longer teaching in person, to adapting to online learning, and at the everyday struggle of trying to get a response out of just one person on Teams. It mustn't have been easy. They have always been there to support us every step of the way, taking time out of their busy schedules to help us and replying to our never-ending emails. If it wasn't for your support, we wouldn't be where we are today. So on behalf of my fellow students, we owe you a huge thank you. It also wouldn't be possible without the love and support from our families and friends. They've supported us mentally, physically, and most importantly, financially. And without them, this wouldn't have been possible, so thank you. And finally, I would like to congratulate all my fellow graduates and wish you all a huge good luck for the future as we all embark on this next exciting chapter of our lives. Thank you.
I don't know why we organise these ceremonies, so I've got to go after the student vote of thanks. It's a tricky gig. That was a great vote of thanks to you, Lucy. And particularly, I think my colleagues appreciated your recognition of how fast they moved online, offline, and then came back in person last September. So thanks, colleagues. I'm glad you heard that. I really appreciate it too. Class 2022, I echo the thoughts of Emma, our Director of Marketing Communications, by congratulating you on your achievements and wishing you every success for the future. And it's fantastic to be able to spend this day with you and your nearest and dearest in person and in our magnificent University Hall with its wonderful air conditioning. Now, Neil, we take pride in the people we asked to join our community of honorary graduates, so thank you very much for joining that community. Thank you for your insightful and inspiring words. And it's now time to conduct the poll. Who's voting for Tigger? Quite a few votes. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm a big fan of Eeyore, personally. But Eeyore? No, he wasn't very Eeyore, was he? Piglet? Rabbit? Are there any more? I kind of run out of Chris Robin characters after those four. There were no more. So indecisive, but things aren't either or. So a bit Eeyore, bit Piglet, mostly Rabbit, I think was the conclusion of that. Also, you were very enthusiastic, which is great, particularly in the first half. So when that happens, I listen out for the parent or guardian I think has made the single biggest contribution to the noise level in the hall today. And for a while, it was going very much Oscar's dad's way. Wasn't it, Oscar's dad? Yeah, well done, Oscar's dad. Unfortunately, you were slightly outdone by Luca's dad. Where's Luca's dad? Congratulations, Luca's dad. You also hear quite a lot of banal advice, actually, during, should I say that? You do. You heard a lot of banal advice during some of our honorary graduates' comments to all of your graduates. They think they have to be polite. I particularly liked Neil's, if you're going to burn your bridges, make sure they light your way. And that's a really interesting piece of advice. Only, I think, second to the one that I received my chair of governors when I first arrived. Because obviously I got into an argument with somebody and he disapproved this argument. So he said, Edward, he said, let me give you a piece of advice. Never wrestle a pig. You'll both get muddy and the pig might enjoy it. It's great advice. I pass on both those to bear in mind. So students are the beating heart of our university and in many ways of this city. And of course, your contributions didn't just come in your lecture theatres or seminars. You undertook placements that made organisations more effective. And maybe Lucy contributed here. You took NTU to the top 10 in the University Sports League for the first time ever. We were 9th. You ran societies that linked to your subjects, and you made the Global Lounge the vibrant place it is known to be around the world. And beyond our campuses, you played sport for local clubs, you helped young children with their reading in local schools, you volunteered at food banks, you accrued welfare benefits denied local residents. And as and when possible to do so, you contributed generously to the nighttime economy of the city. And you undertook lots of other stuff through Students' Union. So where would Nottingham be without you? And although you've now graduated, you become members of our global NTU family, a worldwide community of over 220,000 alumni. Our doors will always be open for you. Have a look at our website for further details. And you can carry on getting support from us over the next 3 years with your careers as they develop. So please, look at the website of our employability team. And in time, consider how you could help future generations of students. Some alumni will have helped you with lectures, placements, mentoring, whatever it might have been. We always welcome you back to support future generations of students. This is a small advert. When the time comes, look out for something about 15 months' time called the Graduate Outcomes Survey. And could you fill it in? It's not very exciting, but could you get to the end? Because if you don't get to the end, it doesn't count. Really would appreciate that, folks. It would be great helpful. But that's the future. Now is the time to enjoy your success. And I invite you all to join us for celebratory refreshments in the Newton building. Guests, could you remain seated for the processional music? And aren't they good? That's twice in 2 sermons said how good they are, so they're going to feel really overwhelmed with flattery and praise. I can't see them, of course. So. Guests, please remain seated for the processional music, and as the academic party and graduates leave the hall, I declare this graduation ceremony closed.